Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to We the Revolution, a new game out by Polyslash and published by Clay Bater. This is a game which puts you in the shoes of a French revolutionary judge during the French Revolution, and charges you with trying to keep yourself alive through the various trials and tribulations of the revolution. In our last video, we avenged, well, actually 2 videos ago, I think we avenged our son's death. 3 videos ago, our very young son was killed by, we think, people that we identified, but we're not really sure. We just kind of rushed to start chopping people's heads off in retribution. Because, again, he was like a 7 or 8-year-old that they strung up and hung. And in our last episode, we basically were being encouraged by Robespierre, the head of the French Revolution at this point, to basically just start chopping off heads and institute a terror within the populace that will allow him essentially to have control without too much in the way of worries or concerns. Now, this video is part 14 of a Let's Play series that we've been doing and is something that I've been enjoying quite a bit. This was taken from a live stream from just the other day. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and jump back into the live stream. That's enough of me chit-chatting. So let's just jump back into the stream and away we go. You can see up to this point we've killed 20 people, sent 3 people to prison, and we've let 20 people go. So you basically have a 50-50 shot to lose your head. Our reputation is reflected over here on the left. This is our bust, our statue of our judge, and you can see this is the lowest your reputation can get, despite the fact that the aristocrats think highly of us, the revolutionaries think highly of us, and the common folk think very highly of us. So hopefully we can get that taken care of. Part of what's not helping our reputation is this bad official trait, which basically we made some rulings that went against the jury, and we also are rumored to be a little bit corrupt. So, you know, that's kind of some of what's driving this. Where are our cases? Verdict form here. Okay, so we've actually got quite a few cases here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait, am I going around in circles? Maybe? It seems like a lot of fucking cases that we need to rule on here. So let's just jump in here. Bethany, Geoffrey, and Droz. 3 15-year-olds, Sloan, Bethany, Adele, Geoffrey, and Bernard Droz, were summoning spirits in the cellar of a tenement. So these guys are witches, right? In Section du Faubourg du Nord. The candles they were using were stolen. The ritual was interrupted by the caretaker. These are 15-year-olds. Come on, guys. Like, yeah. Well, okay. So the aristocrats don't like it, but I'm not going to be chopping off the head of 15-year-olds. Come on, guys. Denise Assaline, an elderly woman and former prostitute, runs a brothel in her small apartment. 4 girls from the country were working in turns in 2 rooms. Jesus. During the investigation, they complained that Assaline paid them only a few francs per night and fed them poorly. She's a revolutionary. But laissez-faire? Okay, the revolutionaries like that. The common folk don't. I'm not really sure, again, how I'm supposed to rule on all these. Remy Jacquemin, according to reports, merchant Remy Jacquemin bribed the managers of the river port to detain goods belonging to the competitors. That way, he was able to sell his own products at higher prices. Parisians had to pay for his crime. All right, you're trying to defraud the French people. Off with your head, sir. And that is popular across the board. Everybody's opinion goes up. So right now you can see the blue represents an increase in reputation. The orange represents a decrease. So currently everybody is liking us more than when we started. But of course now we have an aristocrat, which that may go down. Hugo Surf accused his neighbor, Fabien Brasseur, of breaking into the shed in their jointly operated garden while being detained. Brasseur claimed that shed belonged to everybody and that Chef illegally locked it. The investigators asked other inhabitants about the ownership of the shed, but they said they didn't know. Accused his neighbor of breaking into the shed. Jointly owned garden. This seems a little silly to behead anyone over. I don't want to kill anyone over this. I mean, I'm sorry, common folk, but I'm not going to chop his head off because he locked his shed. I'm just going to tell him to let you into his shed. Locksmith, Jeff... Jeez. J Street, thank you for the bits. Ori, thank you for the bits as well. Jeffrey Lope, who was commissioned to install... Off with everybody's head. Not quite yet, guys. Not quite yet. Locksmith Jeffrey Lope was commissioned to install a lock on one of Baron Bardou's chests, damage the encrusted lid. The Baron appraised the damage and said it would cost 50 francs to repair. Lope claims it covers damage before he started work. Again, not going to chop anyone's head off over a goddamn chest. Marquis Jean-Louis, enraged by his loss at a card game at his friend's place, attacked his own servants. He cut off the cook's ear with a cleaver. When his butler tried to save her, Berthold beat him to death. Whoa! Okay, yeah, you get your head chopped off, sir. Sorry. Okay, sorry, aristocrats. I know you didn't want me to do anything, but he murdered someone. Come on. That is definitely death sentence worthy. So 4 cases there, acquittals, 2 death sentences, and the revolutionaries are maxed out. The common folk are going up. The aristocrats are going down. Come on. I can't look the other way there, guys. Be reasonable. All right, so that'll get these small cases out of our way. Go ahead and sign and seal that. And thank you. Even the least powerful deserves justice. So the common folk, -8, +3, +1, +3, -4, +7. Okay. Notifications here. All right. All right, so that's that. Let's move on. I didn't let everybody go. J Street. Oh my God. This is pretty depressing. Go home. This son is not home. This son is dead. They strung up my 8-year-old son. All right, let's go home. I don't want to go to the gambling den. Yeah. Paragraphs and codes. Visiting Frederick's grave. Each visit twists the knife in your hearts, someone to remember, some hasten to forget. Or support the construction of the statue. That's going to make everybody like me less. But this statue needs to be built, so I am going to hasten the construction of the statue. My eldest son is probably on the verge of denouncing his own father. Everybody doesn't like me right now. My reputation is getting penalized for my wife's hatred of me. But we need to work on this statue. This statue is going to give us a huge negative penalty if we don't frickin'... Oh, wow, our bruiser knocked all 3 of those bad guys out? Nice. Oh, shit. France is coming apart at the seams. What? The statue's going to be constructed at 9%, but there's riots, like, everywhere. Lower the heat? I don't have a reputation to do that. Residence? Spend more time with my family? I mean, I could do that. But I don't really want to spend my reputation at the moment on that. So, let's see. Who is this guy again? I know he's being held by... I can't afford to... I can't get my agent free. He's being held by the mob. Let's quell these riots. Our diplomat go here. Apparently he can't do anything there. Can he do anything here? Lower the fever in the section. What is the fever currently? Oh, it's about to break out. All right, lower the fever there. So our Ralph Clovis is going to try and quell the unrest here in this province. These 2 provinces are also ours, and there's currently rioting going on there as well. Their attitude's friendly, but their fervor is high, so I don't know what that means. But you can see Paris is just burning right now. Intrigue, let's check that out. 2 failures? We failed to denounce his son and embarrass his subordinates? Oh, shit. Well, we've got 4 more chances. We got to get 3 right. Otherwise, our intrigue against Jean-Baptiste Gobal will fail. Arresting priest and giving a speech. Tinville's investigation. Both of these failed, huh? We had like a 70% chance to succeed, both of them. Oh, God. All right. So, yeah, I guess that's going to do it for that turn. We'll see how things play out here on day 4 of Act 2 of Egalité. Ori, I do need better spies, but currently I think my spies are all arrested. So, Yeah. All right, so we've got an actual trial this time, a formal trial with someone in front of the bench. The revolutionaries and the aristocrats want us to let this person go. My family and the common folk want me to execute this person. There is no prison option. News. In the name of science, the dead have stopped vanishing. You did not rebuke the member of the convention, but young people who are easy to scare when they know they've been caught. I doubt they'll do it again, at least not during your term. Aristocrats' endorsement drops. Common folk endorsement goes up. Okay. If we take a look at our notebook, our reputation is still negative 20. Bad relationship with wife is a negative 3 reputation penalty. Bad relationship with elder son is a negative 3 revolutionary penalty. Bad official is negative 4 for reputation. Counter-revolutionary rumors. The tribunal is the revolutionary enemy. Okay. So, yeah, all these negative things. Some of them look like they're about to end. Supply problems are still a thing. Vendée. A royalist uprising started in Vendée, Paris. As the turmoil is everywhere, could be accused of starting a civil war. Be careful. Okay. All right. So, what's this case all about? Let's read the case file. It's a case of pandering. Is that like, what? I don't know. Pandering. I'm pandering to you? Am I bribing you? Is that what it is? Arthur Bonnet, 38-year-old director of the Odin Theater, has been accused of pandering. The law enforcement authorities have known about the brothel for a long time. Some of the actresses sell their bodies right after the play, using the act as a pretext, but also to advertise themselves. Okay, so the actresses are using the play to show off their bodies, to solicit clients, so that after the theater, the real show begins, I guess. But also to advertise themselves. Among the Odin's clientele are members of the National Convention and officers. Thanks to them, Director Bonnet is able to derive significant financial reward without fear of any consequences. The latest reports, however, seem too outrageous to be ignored. Bonnet has been accused of pandering 13-year-old Olivia de Nerval, who was left in his care. The court administration learned about this from Arnaud de Contret, a friend of the recently guillotined father of the girl. We guillotined the father of the girl. Oh, boy. Arnaud testifies that Olivia de Nerval played a role in a private show titled The Misfortunes of Virtue, shown only to a small number of carefully selected guests. Usually after such private shows, some of the actresses have private meetings with their admirers. Arnaud witnessed that Bonnet ordered one of his subordinates, Maria de Remezes, to walk Olivia to a room where Gustave Clavel, a theater critic known for his lechery, was already waiting. De Contret's accusations quickly spread among the aristocrats, who demanded the immediate arrest and severe punishment of Bonnet. Meanwhile, Olivia refused to testify, and Clavel has disappeared. Good God. Soliciting a 13-year-old girl? That's disgusting. I want to cut off your head. We're going to cut off his head, I think. Brochette, the stars of the Odin Theater, invite their fans to a private spectacle. Arthur Bonnet solicits 500 francs lead, 400 francs support, 300 francs bit part, 200 francs background, 50 francs specials, 600 francs. Okay. Citizen, what is your name? Arthur Bonnet, Monsieur le Judge. You are accused of pandering your minor ward, Olivia de Nerval, for your own financial gain. How do you plead to these charges? I did nothing of the sort. Who dares say so? Citizen d'Arnaud, present in the courtroom, claims you did. That is slander, a plot against me conjured up by this man. I am the director of a most famed theater known throughout Paris, not a soutenir. The price list found during the investigation points to the contrary. You're jumping to conclusions. They will take him away and behead him any minute, that loathsome pimp. So this 13-year-old's father was killed at the guillotine, and he took advantage of this 13-year-old by selling her body. Good God. All right. She'd be the victim, right, Olivia? Yes. Okay. Accused of pandering, that would be the accusation. Private performance. Is that accusation or evidence? Accusation, I guess. Could also be evidence. No. Apparently not. A victim? Yes. Okay. Meeting with the actresses. Course of events. Rendezvous with the critic. Course of events. Brochure. That would be evidence. Profits from prostitution or role in the show. That's not motive. Okay, so we got everything right. We only got one wrong, and we managed to avoid the trap. So that was a very effective case here. What questions do we have? Did the defendant confess to the crime? No, I mean, he clearly denied it. It's not really a counter-revolutionary thing. She's 13. What happened to the money earned from the meetings with the actresses? I think that's a question we probably should ask. You charge your customers for meeting with the actresses. What exactly are they paying for? All right, and that'll get us toward a beheading, which is the objective of the common folk and our family. So we do want to appease our family, I think, in this case. You charge your customers for meetings with actresses. What exactly are they paying for? For a conversation, for a private show. Sometimes our ladies read poetry or sing. Such performances are extremely important for us, as the theater is very expensive to maintain. What an interesting way of improving the budget. Could you describe the rooms in which these meetings take place? Our stars have dedicated rooms where they can rest and prepare for the show. Are the rooms furnished with beds? Of course they are. After 2 hours of performing and dancing, they would be rather tired, don't you think? How many clients visit your stars in a single night? 1 or 2, in very special cases 3, but I would rather not exhaust the actresses. You think conversations are exhausting? Their mouths must burn like hell, but not from talk. Oh my God. Behave, will you? They're really sensitive and should be treated with respect. Okay. How much of the revenue obtained through those private meetings lands in the theater's coffers? According to the arrangement with the staff, 70%. That's a lot, I know, but maintaining the room's food and sometimes drink too, they all generate costs. Besides, if they weren't for the theater's reputation, you know. Do you receive a bonus for those meetings? Because of my ideas, the theater's profits are greater than ever. I'm rewarded for this, of course, and it's only fair. So it's important to you to arrange as many of those meetings as possible. Yes, because it's in the theater's best interest. Your best interest too. Yes, but that's not important to me. Yeah, sure, it's not important to you. All right, so let's exit out of here. The crowd, or the people are irritated, so this is very close to them basically breaking through and just starting to do things. The jury already wants the death penalty, which matches up with the common folk and my family. I would like to go with the death penalty. It will hurt our reputation with the revolutionaries, but that's still very high. Aristocrats are medium, and that's fine, but it'll really boost our reputation with the common folk. Also, it will help my reputation with my family. What happened to the money earned from the meeting with the actresses? It was shared between them and the theater. Okay, so we know that. We know it's a 70% split. There's no reason to ask any more questions at this point, I don't think, so we're just going to sign it, and we're going to send him to his death. So we did that. Verdict form, death penalty, signature, and seal. And we'll go from there. I sentence citizen Arthur Bonnet to be guillotined. Lead the condemned out. Disgusting monster. I'm glad it is over. At least there will be something to watch. Oh my God, you people! All right. Got all the questions right. We get a +2 influence and +2 reputations. All questions unlocked. So there you go. +2 reputation, +2 influence points. And away we go. To the guillotine! Are you ready for the show? Who the hell's Gregory Ramal? It's not my first time, Ramal. Remember, the people must turn against him. Gobel is not your average second-rate politician. Trust me, I can handle it. Very well, let's go. Wait, this isn't the execution? This is something else? I'm confused. Speak to the common folk. These people are irritated. So we gotta get here, here, or here. Alright, so the crime. This needs to be aggression, I think. The revolution might be manipulation. The defendant and the crime would be... no, really? Attached? Really? No opinion. Well, that's going to be difficult. So, attached would be manipulation, I think. Yes. This one's perfect for aggressions. Yes. And then for the revolution, I guess aggression, maybe? So we get him to doubtful. How does that hurt our reputation? Like, we got it all the way up. I mean, they weren't pissed off at us, but still. I was looking after that girl. She's just a child. Yeah, you were sending a 13-year-old in to have sex with people, and you were making money off of it. Off with your fucking head. I'm not even going to say press F to pay respects, because fuck that guy. Oh boy. He's pointing at the church. Oh, this is our plot against Gobal. Oh, he's creepy looking. What's going on now? Oh, do I have to give another speech? Will we
finally get rid of those holy hypocrites? Tell us, Monsieur Legiers! When will Tinville drive them into a corner?
I know how angry you are all. I know how angry you are. It is their fault. They have lived off your hard work for so many years, and they still do. Gobal is among the worst liars. Go to him. Demand that he tells the truth. Perfect. 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 So the only question is this middle one here. They've lived off your hard work for so many years, and they still do. That's carefree, so I don't know if that's manipulation or if that's, I guess we'll find out.
Be angry. Be ruthless. If someone's head needs to be impaled, do it. It is your city, your country. The clergy has done nothing for you. They have always been living for themselves. They need the rebellion in Vendée to get their power back.
God damn it, I got that one wrong.
Archbishop Gobel is another embodiment of that evil.
Hopefully the next two will get us up to where we need the crowd to be.
He spies, incites, and harasses everyone who stands in his way. France cannot afford priests who have illegitimate children or archbishops who are involved in civil wars. Tell him that. Rise!
So they're intrigued. The crowd agrees with us. +3 reputation and 6 for the common folk. So it looks like we did a reasonable job with the speech. Oh no! They're trying to break up the crowd! The mob! The mob! Thanks for the bits there, Ori. Oh god, now we gotta fight a battle. The enemy militia is fighting back. During battles, you may encounter additional conditions that affect your troops or the speed at which civilians escape. That's interesting. Death to those that dare rise their hands against the church. Not against the church, but its greedy priests, the ones who are dragging France unto water. There is no difference. We will not let you stand. We should have put your heads on pikes long ago. Okay. A tactic. Defense. We can't do this tactic. We can do defense, we can do neutral, we can do suppress and fire, and we can do frontal assault. I think we do a frontal assault. Let's see. Neutral. Oh, wow. Neutral has pretty good results against their musketeers and infantry. Suppressive fire doesn't do as much. Defensive or flank. Neutral actually seems like the best bet here, so let's go with that. The enemy's militia is fighting harder. Really? Alright, let's fight the battle and see what happens here. So they're going to do the same thing. They're doing a frontal assault against our neutral. Looks like we actually have more musketeers. Holy god, their musketeers are basically gone. But our infantry is basically gone. Shit. What is suppression? Frontal assault. Defensive. Neutral. I think we'll do defensive. That'll knock out their musketry. Although, I don't know. Actually, we're going to do suppression fire. My hope is that with suppression fire, our musket people can kind of hold them back and then also knock out the enemy musketry. So we'll see what happens with this. They're going to go with frontal assault. We're going with suppression. So their musketry people are dead. Fortunately, our infantry is dead. So it's our muskets versus their infantry. Frontal assault seems to be our best option. Defensive and neutral don't do anything. Suppression fire does a little bit, but not a lot. So we'll just go with frontal assault and hope their frontal assault doesn't overwhelm us. Frontal versus frontal. Damn. Alright, so I think they have the advantage in frontal assaults based on... I don't know. The thing is, I don't know if any of this, like, how any of this works in terms of, like, does a frontal assault actually prevent them from, or does suppression fire actually, like, limit their effectiveness in their frontal assault, or what? I'm not sure. That was actually a decent turn for us. So they went defensive, we went frontal assault. So again, frontal assault versus defensive. This thing's coming down to the wire, folks. I'm worried we're going to lose. But they're staying on the defensive, which is interesting. We need like 3 more turns of this shit. And I'm not sure if we have that in us or not. So up to turn 7. There's 2 more turns. This and the next one will determine the battle. Looks like our musketry fires first. So their frontal assault is degrading, and I think we might have this, guys. Their attacks are becoming less effective. This is probably the definition of a Pyrrhic victory, though, if we do win this thing. Oh, they're going to go frontal now, so it'll be interesting to see. All right, they may overwhelm us then. Oh, it's going to come right down to the wire. All right, this should finish him off. And nobody's left alive. How did I lose? We both died. Both sides died. What do you mean I lost? God damn it. I died in battle? That's the end of the game? It's over? Come on. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this episode. This is not the end of the series. This is just the end of this episode. So obviously I died and the game is over, theoretically, but this game kind of encourages save scumming. The weird thing, the save mechanics in this game are weird where it like auto-saves all the time, but it doesn't really, as far as I can tell, I don't have an option to actually pick a point at which I want to save, so that's a little bit weird. But we are going to save scum. We're going to pick up where we left off last time. We'll refight the battle. I had some trouble on the stream with this battle, trying to figure out what the right combination is. And the battle mechanics in this game are not something I love. It's not... It's cool, but it's kind of a cool concept, but it's difficult to understand what you should be doing or whatever. So I fought this battle on the stream several times. I lost several times, but we'll kind of jump to the end of that in our next episode. So we'll skip a little bit, maybe like 10-15 minutes of gameplay. Well, it wasn't 15 minutes. Maybe it was 5-10 minutes of gameplay, and we'll jump right back in with our resumption of the battle so we can move forward in the game. But we'll do that another time. This seems like a good point to stop, so we'll go ahead and call this one. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching. This is the Historical Gamer signing off, saying goodbye. That was weird. I was trying to figure out, like, how do I normally end my videos? And it's like, I lost my thread. And then I said, thank you for watching already. And then I didn't want to repeat myself. And now I'm just rambling. So, yeah. Peace out, guys.